Hello again, this is Brother Teacher. I would like to go over the back fist reverse punch combination with you. Now let me say this in the beginning. A back fist preceding another technique can be done twofold. It can be done as an actual attack. You can strike someone with the back fist and then you can follow or follow. Just depends on you and what your techniques are and what you study and are trained on. In this particular video, I want to show you perhaps both methods. Using the back fist as a strike or as a fake to a strike. It can be done twofold. Okay, so what you want to do is let's assume a fighting posture. And I tell my students most instances we should be in a submissive posture, if you will, to avoid a conflict. And if it leads up to physical confrontation, then you can fight from there. But let's, for the sake of this particular video instruction, go with this stance. We want to lead with the back fist to the side of the head or the body, and we want to follow with the reverse punch. Lead and follow. Facing you now, lead, follow. You want to have synchronicity. In other words, you want to make sure that you do this over and over in a perfected way. You want to do it proper. You want to have proper technique. Back fist, first two knuckles in that region there alongside the thumb. Okay, back fist is here. Ordinarily it's like that, to the side, like so. But for instructional purposes, we'll go with here first. Slower speed, 1. And once the fist is out, it sort of puts a blinder in front of your opponent because your arm is in his vision, his area of vision. So you put it here, then you follow. So here, you follow. And actual speed will be like so. But you want to key out or you want to yell. Oi! Like so. You want to key out or yell. And at an angle, I'll do it again. Back fist precedes this next technique. It's the first thing. It's 1, then it's 2. And what am I doing in essence? What I'm doing is I'm distracting my opponent as well. I'm throwing my intent. I have to sell the technique to them, make them believe that they're going to be hit in their head or face area. So I'm going to throw the back fist up and I'm going to go down. That is what I call the elevator technique. You throw one technique up and the other technique down. The first technique is not always intended to strike the opponent. Oftentimes it is used as a feint or a distraction. So it is to get them to commit to blocking or trying to avoid getting hit in their face or head area. So it's up here. You've got to make them believe it. So you use it, facial expression here. Then you go down to where you actually want to hit. Or as I said before, it can be a hit and a hit. A hit and a hit, or a fake and a hit. And again, I began to show you earlier, but I didn't do it yet from the side angle. It's here. Again, fast here. Oi! You want to always ki-ai. And remember, Japanese we call it kimi. In the Korean arts we call it shisun, which is focus. Pay attention to your opponent. Observe them. They are your playing field, so to speak. And when you look at them, you should see nothing but vulnerable spots on their body. So don't just start wailing away at your opponent with no real intent or without a plan. You want to observe their body and their body language and look for all of the targets that you should be practicing in your class. All right, the vulnerable spots of the body. You want to attack spots or parts of the body that will yield you a immediate response. Punching a man ordinarily in the chest, it's not going to do anything to the man. He's going to still have the intent of fighting or the desire or the aggressive mentality to still want to engage and fight you. If you have not trained your reverse punches or your punching techniques in general. So when you attack someone, if you don't have that kind of power to put a man down by punching him in the chest, then you should strike him or her for some females, in vulnerable spots or vital targets on the body, such as the throat. No one can protect the throat with muscle. We don't have a mass of muscle covering the throat to protect it. So it is vulnerable. Okay, so you strike the throat, you get a response immediately. You strike the eyes, you get a response immediately. Somebody covers their eye. And then that is your setup technique for follow-up techniques. Again, from the side, it's back fist and reverse punch. Here, lead to the front. Your hands are up here or open. It's here or like so. And you do the same thing on both sides of the body. You lead and you follow. Back fist, reverse punch. Here, like so. And we always ki. Your battle cry, your yell is part of your fighting. It's part of your fighting method because it disorients your opponent. And it also helps you to learn how to exhale through the exertion of technique. So if you ever watch a bodybuilder when he's lifting weights, let's say he's curling, he's always, or he's breathing out. Why? He's taking the stress off of his body internally so that he doesn't get herniated, okay, or stress his body out. You have to relieve that energy. So when you elbow, you always exhale. When you punch, you say, you always exhale. When you do anything, you exhale and expel that energy into the target. Okay, this is Brother Teacher. I hope you enjoyed the back fist reverse punch combination. Again, I'll do it again before we close. 1 and 2. And it almost looks like one technique after a while. I'll say 1 and 2. 1, 2. And practice in stages. Stop trying to be fast and you're inaccurate. Practice in stages. It's 1, learn the technique and teach it to your mind. 2. And I'm always protected. You see my center is protected. I'm not welling, leaving this open. So it's here, 1, 2. 1, 2. I pick the speed up. 1, 2. 1, 2. Once I get the technique down, 1, 2. Then you pick it up faster to that point. This is Brother Teacher. If you have any comments, please do leave them below. So long.